Hey guys, Matt here with Dutch Oven a Day. I love lasagna. I mean, I really like lasagna. My wife has been on my case for the past week because we got spinach, we've got squash. Hey, let's do a veggie stuffed lasagna. Well, guess what? She's out of town. We're gonna do a meat lovers lasagna. So guys, here are our ingredients for today. First is our meat. I've got a pound of Italian sausage. Mine happens to be links, but you can go just straight ground if you want. And I got pepperoni. Next is I've got a bell pepper and a half, just a little bit left over, 1 onion, and 2 cloves of garlic, minced. Got garlic powder and Italian seasonings. Two jars of sauce, pasta sauce of your choice. Really, it says you can go with 1. I prefer 2. You're not going to use all 2, but it's nice to have a little extra. Here in the front is some oven-ready lasagna. Push it so you can actually read it. Get rid of that glare. I like the oven ready because you don't have to cook it beforehand. It's kind of parboiled. 2 containers of either cottage or ricotta cheese. And a whole bunch of shredded mozzarella. Now, my battery died on me. So, while it was recharging, I went ahead, I cooked up our onions, peppers, garlic, and Italian sausage. And to that mixture, we're going to add one of our cans of tomato paste, or not paste, but spaghetti sauce, pasta sauce. I personally enjoy the Classico brand, but that's just me. I'm not getting endorsed by them or anything. Okay, we're going to just stir everything together. If you want to just warm the pasta sauce, just a little bit. We don't have to bring it completely up to a boil. We just stir everything together. And I forgot, as it's warming, we're also going to add about a cup of water. The pasta is going to absorb the water. It's going to leave behind our tomato sauce. Okay, now that that is warmed up through the magic of television, I'm going to just remove it. And I've got a bowl over here on my very messy counter. I'm just going to spoon everything out. And one thing I forgot to mention is you can use ground beef instead of Italian style sausage. I prefer the flavor, the little kick that the sausage adds. But that's just my preference. But if, again, you want to use the just a ground beef, you can do that as well. So I've removed most of my, all of my sauce. I've given this a good coat of oil. And now we're going to take a good heaping spoonful of my sauce mix. And I want to cover the entire bottom of my Dutch oven with the mix. So it's going to take probably a couple spoonfuls. Spread it out. Now we're going to take our pasta, our lasagna noodles, and these are not going to be a perfect fit because we're putting rectangles into a round item, but you can usually fit 2 or 3 perfectly in the middle. Just 2 today, and then I'm going to make these others fit. Looks good. To this mixing bowl, I'm going to add our cottage cheese. go. We're going to add to it. Put them on the wrong counter. 2 eggs. And the eggs, as they cook, they're going to kind of get this sauce cheese mix to, it's called set up. It's basically just going to let it cook and bind together. To it, we're going to add our Italian seasonings. Just add about, it says normally the recipe calls for a teaspoon. I'm just going to eyeball it. That's pretty good. And the recipe that I grew up with didn't have it, but I found this is a great addition. Just a little bit of garlic powder. Really helps give everything a good kick. We're going to just mix this together. Now if you're camping, you can pre-cook your meat. You can pre-make this mixture and put it in a like a gallon size Ziploc. You can buy shredded cheese instead of mixing it yourself. There's a few shortcuts you can do to help things go a little faster when you're out in the field. So we'll take our cheese mixture. You can also add a little bit of a shredded Parmesan into there as well, if you have it. Okay, you don't have to be perfect. So we got our cheese. On top of it, we're going to add our mozzarella. Again, you can buy shredded or you could shred your own, doesn't matter. Spread it on out. Break that clump up. And last, for our layers, our pepperoni. Now you don't have to add pepperoni. I just had a neighbor cook a lasagna for us once and they threw pepperoni in and it was mind-blowing. It gives a good heat if you're using a mild sausage. And I'm not going to complain about a little extra zing to my Italian cooking. And when my wife gets back, we probably actually are going to do the veggie lover lasagna that she wants. And we'll probably do that in the Dutch oven. Okay, next, take a few more spoonfuls of our meat sauce. I want to spread it out because this is going to be the thing that helps our noodles cook. Okay, now I'm going to start over with our noodles and keep layering on up, but you don't want to watch that. So this is what I was talking about. I ran out of the sauce mix with the meat. That's alright, which is why I recommend 2 cans of sauce and just a little bit around the edges. Okay. And I'll be back with that as well on the very last layer. So our last layer, we're gonna put more sauce on. And it's alright if you use the whole can. Nothing wrong with it. We want to cover as much of the pasta as we can because it will help it to cook and absorb all the moisture out of the sauce, as well as kind of seal in our lasagna and help it to cook. Cook a little more evenly. Now we're going to top it off with our lid and take it outside. Man, this thing's going to be heavy. So we're going to set this thing up for baking at 375, which is 9 coals on bottom and 18 on top. It just took me longer to assemble my lasagna than I thought, and now I'm a little nervous that my coals might have cooked down too far. That's okay. If I need to, I can always start a few more coals. Okay, so it does look like I might have to start a few more coals. I didn't put enough in, but you know what? This will at least get things going for the hour cook time we need while the rest of the coals get started. As you can tell by the color of the, well, not color, but the lighting or lack of it out here, we have definitely had some time pass. An hour's gone by, and I've added cheese during about the last 5 minutes or so cooking. I'm going to take a plastic knife, or you can use a metal knife, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to poke it in a few spots. If it goes through easily, we're done. And we're going to go ahead and let this sit about 10 minutes and serve it up. Yeah, it's dark out here. That's a message from Grandma? So as you can see, here it is, dished up, and it's delicious. Let me know how you guys like your lasagna, any little secret additions that you want to put in. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.